Poor single dad helped a woman fix her Rolls-Royce in a stormy night, unaware she's a billionaire. The rain came down in thick sheets, drenching the empty road under the flickering glow of a single streetlight. Thunder rumbled in the distance, and the wind howled through the trees. It was the kind of night that made people hurry home, seeking warmth and shelter. But Daniel Carter had no home to hurry to, not in the way most people did. His tiny, one-bedroom apartment barely had enough space for him and his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. Life had been hard since his wife passed away, leaving him to juggle 2 jobs and fatherhood. Yet, despite the struggles, Daniel never lost his kindness. As he drove home from his late shift at the auto repair shop, his headlights caught something unusual, a sleek, black Rolls-Royce stranded on the side of the road, steam hissing from under the hood. Most people would have ignored it, assuming its owner could afford to call for help. But Daniel wasn't most people. Pulling over, he stepped into the storm, his old work boots splashing in the puddles. He knocked on the driver's side window, and it rolled down just enough for him to see a woman inside. She was in her mid-40s, with striking gray eyes and an air of quiet elegance. But she looked worried. "Ma'am, looks like your car's got trouble," Daniel said, raising his voice over the rain. "I'm a mechanic. Mind if I take a look?" The woman hesitated, her fingers tightening around the steering wheel. She stopped, as if unsure whether to trust him. Then, with a small sigh, she nodded. Daniel grabbed his toolbox from his truck and got to work, his fingers numb from the cold. The engine had overheated, likely a coolant leak. "It's a quick fix," he assured her. "But you'll need a proper repair soon." She watched him closely as he worked, the rain dripping from his soaked jacket. "You didn't have to stop," she said after a moment. "Most people wouldn't." Daniel chuckled. "Well, most people ain't raising an 8-year-old who thinks kindness makes the world go round. Have to set a good example, you know?" A faint smile crossed her lips. "Your daughter sounds like a wonderful girl." "The best," Daniel said proudly. Within minutes, he patched up the leak enough for the car to start again. "You should be good to drive home," he said, wiping his hands on a rag. "But get it checked out soon." She pulled out her purse. "How much do I owe you?" Daniel shook his head. "Nothing. Just get home safe." For a moment, she stared at him as if seeing him in a new light. Then, she nodded. "Thank you, Mr. Daniel." Just Daniel. She didn't introduce herself. Instead, she gave him one last lingering look before driving off into the storm. Daniel had just finished another long shift when his phone rang. It was Lily's school. His stomach dropped. Was she sick? Hurt? "Mr. Carter," the principal's voice said, "someone has paid off Lily's school tuition for the next 10 years. And, well, you might want to come down here." Confused and overwhelmed, Daniel rushed to the school. When he arrived, the principal handed him a note. "Kindness has a way of finding its way back. Tell Lily to never stop believing in it. Eleanor Sinclair." His breath caught. Eleanor Sinclair. The billionaire philanthropist. The woman from the Rolls-Royce. Daniel looked up at Lily, who beamed at him. "See, Daddy? Kindness really does make the world go round." Tears pricked his eyes as he pulled her into a hug. She was right. And on that stormy night, kindness had changed their lives forever.